What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vega, and today we're going to be talking about the top sneaker releases for the month of October. October seems to be a little bit slower than the rest of 2025, and that is a very good thing. We get to save a little bit of bread, of course, and then end the year with a bang. As far as release dates is concerned, I don't control them. Release dates are subject to change, so do not kill me in the comments section. As far as the video is concerned, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with some Jordan releases first, and then hit you with a sprinkle of the rest of the sneaker brands, of course. So with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So the first Jordan release that I want to talk about is the Jordan 11 Rare Airs, set to be releasing on October 1st for $235. These are pretty decent, of course, but I feel that they're going to flop. And that is pretty much expected in 2025. A lot of sneakers just basically sit on shelves, especially Jordans. But at the end of the day, I feel that they look very good. Don't get it twisted. Flop doesn't mean that it's not a good sneaker. Flop doesn't mean to me that you shouldn't get the sneaker. It just means that it's just not gonna sell out. At the end of the day, buy what you like. But the sneaker itself looks pretty good. I feel that the creamy outsole is a nice little touch. I feel that these type of soles age very well. It has a nice navy blue patent leather all throughout the sneaker. It has a nice Jumpman logo right there in red. Another nice little touch is the actual name Jordan spelled out, Jordan by the laces. They typically don't do that except for certain Jordans here and there. So again, that's a nice little touch. If I was you, I would probably go ahead, wait a little bit, and then you can get them later on sale. That way you save a little bit of money. Typically Jordan 11s are saved for the month of December, but every now and then we get some gems like these before the actual December Jordan 11 release date, which of course this year is the Jordan 11 Gamma Blues, which is pretty anticipated as well. But for me specifically for these, it's just gonna be a pass. The next pair of Jordans is the Jordan 1 in the Pro Green colorway, set to be releasing on October 4th for $180. This is also a woman exclusive, which I don't really get why, because it is a easy to wear color for sure. We don't really get a lot of like green and white Jordans, so when they come out, they definitely look very good as well. I've gotten some in the past, but the truth of the matter is that I don't necessarily wear them as much. But if you like these, I can definitely understand why. They are definitely clean as well. What I would go ahead and do is wait as well, because I feel that they're going to flop, and then get them on sale. That way you go ahead and save some money. But if you like them, if you like, for example, the Boston Celtics or any kind of team that basically has white and green, this is definitely one to keep an eye out for sure. But for me specifically, it's just gonna be a pass. Up next, we have the Chase B Jordan Jumpman Jacks. These are set to be releasing on October 8th for $205. That price is just weird. 205, like really? You couldn't charge 200? Another story for another day. But when it comes down to these right here, Chase B is actually Travis Scott's friend and DJ. He's also signed to Cactus Jack Records. So yeah, it's pretty cool that, you know, Travis Scott's friend basically has his own Jumpman Jack. I think that's a nice thing to do. I'm pretty sure he had some type of pull there, of course. And when it comes down to the sneaker, I feel that it looks pretty good, pretty decent as well. I'm not sure if it's going to sell out or not. I'm not sure of the stock numbers, but if you like them, go ahead and get them, because when it comes down to anything Travis Scott, it could definitely sell out. And then you don't want to be in a situation where you could have gotten them for retail and then now you got to pay resale. It's just not a good look at all. For me, it's just one of those sneakers that I don't feel that I need. I bought the Jumpman Jacks Bright Cactus in the summertime, so I don't see myself just getting these to kind of have some Jumpman Jacks in another loud colorway. If I'm not wearing my Bright Cactus, I don't see myself rocking these either. But if you like them, go ahead and get them. I know that there's some people out there that love their Jumpman Jacks, but for me specifically, it's just gonna be a pass. Up next, we have a nice little collab with Infinite Archives and Jordan Brand, and this is for the Jordan 17 Lows in the metallic silver colorway, set to be releasing on October 17th for $305. $305 for a retail pair of Jordans. It's a little bit high. That's just my opinion. I feel that the Air Jordan 17 has always been, you know, pretty pricey for the most part, and some people actually say, hey, it's actually worth it, but it's not. $305 is pretty high for a Jordan. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, I feel that they look very nice. I really like this whole monochrome type of look that the Jordan 17 has, in this kind of sail off-white type of color, which they're calling beach. And then of course the black and the metallic silver, which should be more like rose gold, but that's another story for another day. I always like the fact that the Jordan 17 has a nice booty to give you some ankle support, which makes sense because this was when Jordan was playing for the Wizards, so he was a little bit older and needed the extra support as well. Again, the Jordan 17 looks good, price not so much, and I feel that I'm not gonna get any kind of wear out of them, although they look very clean. If they were gifted to me, kindly accept them. But if I gotta go ahead and spend my hard-earned money, then I don't really see myself doing that. So because of those reasons, this is definitely a pass. All right, I see you, Jordan brand. This definitely looks very, very clean for the fall time, and I'm talking about the Jordan 3 in the Family Affair colorway, set to be releasing on October 25th for $215. Fire colorway for the fall time. I really like this whole like olive green tone colorway that we have going on, with gum sole, with Nike Air branding in the back. Woo! Definitely looks very good for the fall, for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at the sneaker. Of course, we have a nice little sail midsole right there, gum sole as I mentioned, and then we have the elephant print kind of in that same monochrome type of look with olive tones as well. Nike Air branding in the back as I mentioned, Jumpman logo of course in the tongue, and also the upper material seems to be very good as well. It seems to be constructed of some nice looking suede right there, and I feel like I almost want to get them as soon as they come out, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait until they go on sale and then snag them. I feel that they might go ahead and sit for a little bit, and then as time goes on, they're definitely gonna go ahead and sell out, especially for the fall time. One thing that I will go ahead and do with these is probably switch out the laces and maybe put some like sail or off-white type of laces. I think that will be a nice little touch as well. Either way, the sneaker looks very clean, whether you get them as soon as they come out or later on. For me, this is definitely a cop. So as you probably know, Zion Williamson is signed to Jordan brand, and he basically had a Jordan 1 low in the past, but this is actually the alternate version, and I'm talking about the Jordan 1 low in the Voodoo alternate colorway, set to be releasing on October 29th for $165, and the sneaker is pretty decent. You know, not really a big fan of the name Voodoo, but that's that. Of course, he does play for the New Orleans Pelicans, and of course in New Orleans they believe in all kinds of things out there. But the sneaker itself has a pretty interesting design choice. It has some nice canvas material in the front right there in a dark gray colorway, a reverse swoosh, followed by a nice lighter gray panel right there in canvas as well, suede or nubuck right there in blue, black swoosh, a skull right there in the back quarter panel. In the back we also have some nice Jordan logos right there, but they are actually reversed. And also in the tongue section we have some more reverse labels, which this one is the Nike Air branding of course, rope laces, and of course the sneaker looks pretty decent as far as, you know, design language. But for me, it's just not something that I kind of want to entertain as far as the name, as far as what it stands for. And because of personal beliefs, you probably already know where I'm going with this. For me, it's definitely a pass. So in this portion of the video, I like to go over other sneaker brands other than Jordan brand, but for the most part, it just winds up being Nike. But either way, the first one is the Caitlin Clark and Nike Kobe 6 Protros, set to be releasing on October 1st for $200. And this is just a very clean, beautiful colorway in my opinion, of course. I really like this like soft blue color that they use all throughout the sneaker, which they're pretty much calling the light armory blue. And I feel that with this Kobe 6, it just works. I think that it looks very, very fuego. Being that it is the first Caitlin Clark and Kobe 6 collab, I feel that these are gonna sell out for sure. So if you like them, do not sleep, enter as many raffles as you can. You have a couple of buyer groups out there that are probably going to be interested in these. We have the WNBA fans, we have the Caitlin Clark fans, we have the Kobe fans, the basketball fans, the hoopers. Then we have pretty much a regular sneakerhead that just wants pretty much any kind of collab out there. So yeah, there is a lot of people that are probably gonna go for them for sure. And it is one of those colorways that it is like soft and muted, but it stands out at the same time, if that makes any kind of sense. At the end, I feel that it is a very nice looking sneaker. So because of those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a cop. Up next, we have the LeBron 23 in the Uncharted colorway, set to be releasing on October 3rd for $210, and it's fuego. It's fire for sure. In case you didn't know, this is basically the colorway that is celebrating LeBron's major accomplishment or greatest accomplishment, which is reaching the 40,000 points and leaving him as the greatest scorer of all time for the NBA. One record that I feel that it's never going to be broken. That's just my opinion. 20 plus years in the NBA, man. That's pretty amazing, man. But either way, Nike did a very good job for the 23 model right here. It has a crown on the side, which is very fitting for King James, and it has this multi-color type of effect that shifts throughout the light in like a gold and an orange, red, black, pretty much just like a crown would as well. And it kind of gives me those like LeBron 9 King of Thrones type of vibes, and I feel that is very fitting for LeBron's 23 signature model. I feel that Nike is going out of their way to making sure that they create something very nice for LeBron's last couple of seasons. I don't think that we have a lot left for LeBron James or to see LeBron James play. Yes, I am a fan of LeBron James, and most likely I'm going to go for them because it is a nice sneaker to have. One that I feel that it's also going to mean something later down the road, you know, maybe like 10-15 years, and being that I don't think that no one's gonna break this record, it is one sneaker that is very cool to have as well. So for me, it's definitely gonna be a cop. Oh yeah, before I forget, I am a LeBron fan, but I'm also a Jordan fan and a Kobe fan. I feel that those three right there are like GOATs of each independent decades, if that makes any sense. That's just my take on it. I feel that they are great, all three of them. So yeah, just in case you were thinking, oh, Jordan is the GOAT or Kobe's the GOAT, I like all three of them. The next sneaker, it's a hybrid. It's pretty much a shoe, a sneaker mixed in one, and that is the Nike Air Max RK61, set to be releasing on October 9th for $210, and it looks amazing. I think this looks very clean, very nice as well, and it's almost a sneaker that came out of left field. Like, I didn't hear any kind of news about these sneakers until like last week, and I think they look great. You know, New Balance kind of like really pushed the whole hybrid type of like shoe and sneaker type of thing with the 1906 model, and they've done a good job. But I like these right here a little bit more because it looks more like a traditional type of shoe, and in fact it is a traditional African moccasin fused with Nike Air. Once you see the Nike Air bubble right there, you know it's definitely a Nike shoe for sure. And I also like that little Nike swoosh right there, a very small little detail that to me looks very clean as well. Also like the zipper, and I think it works with this model right here. They're also releasing another lighter tone as well in a kind of a beigey type of tone. I think they're calling it coconut or pina colada. I don't know. It's like a beige colorway for sure. That if you want something a little bit lighter than the black, they're gonna have that on release date as well. And I think it looks very clean, man. Are you a fan of these type of like hybrid sneaker shoe type of thing? Do you feel that it's really like kind of played out with New Balance, or are you pretty excited about these? Let me know in the comment section. I'm actually very curious to know that as well. But for me, this is definitely a cop. Foamposite fans, where you at, my boy? Bruh. We have the Nike Air Foamposite 1 in the carbon fiber colorway, set to be releasing on October 10th for $240. Price is always high on these, of course. Carbon fiber, I love carbon fiber because I am into cars as well, but it is pretty much for the most part a black Air Foamposite. I don't think that they're going to sell out just because of the price, and it's not necessarily something crazy, but if you like the little carbon fiber detail right there throughout the whole sneaker, I think it's a very nice little touch. So I'm pretty sure my boys in DC are going to be rocking these for sure. My boys in New York are going to be rocking these for sure, because ultimately it is a very clean pair of Foamposites. But for me specifically, it's not really the biggest deal, so it's just gonna be a pass. So the next sneaker was supposed to release last month, and that is why I say release dates are subject to change. This Kobe right here got postponed now to October, and that is the Kobe 9 in the Moonwalker colorway, set to be releasing on October 30th for $220. It is paying homage to the late Michael Jackson and of course the late GOAT Kobe Bryant, of course, and they look really clean, man. I really like this whole hyper purple color throughout the whole sneaker. I think it looks very clean, very nice, and although it's not like a Kobe 6 or a Kobe 7 or 8, you know, the 9 model is not necessarily the most hyped Kobe model out there, but this colorway specifically has always been a fan favorite for my Kobe fans out there. And I think it is one that it's definitely going to do well. I think it's going to go ahead and sell out. And if it doesn't sell out, don't be surprised that it sells out in a couple of days. So do not sleep on these right here. Again, these are paying homage to Billie Jean Michael Jackson himself. So go ahead and do what you need to do if you want them. Enter as many raffles as you can. And yeah, man, I feel like these are going to sell out for sure. I really like them as well, so I'm gonna go for them. So for me, it's definitely a cop. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my top sneaker releases for the month of October. And like I mentioned before, this month it's pretty slow, and for the most part, that's actually a very good thing. We get to breathe a little bit, our pockets breathe, because we've been hit hard in 2025. Does that deserve a pause right after that? Pause, because yeah, like it's been a struggle in 2025, and yeah, we need a breather for sure. So if you're going for something in the month of October, good luck to y'all for sure. Now if you made it all the way through, you are the real MVP. So go ahead and comment Billie Jean, and that will let me know that you made it all the way through, that you rock with your boy pretty heavy as well. Also, if you made it all the way through, go ahead and hit subscribe. Smash the like button, it really does go a long way. And also, if you made it all the way through, go ahead and check me out in my social media pages right there. With all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.